Alright, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another LG season. This is my second season in the in the NHL. So alright. Yep, another LG season. I'm with the Ottawa Senators again this season. They contract extended me. So I'm playing with a new line here now. I'm actually playing with the owner, playing center. I'm playing right D. Same as last season, same as always. And let's begin. Haven't had a warm up though, is the problem again. I was recently just watching the Hawks, so and their game like just ended not too long ago, so I haven't been able to warm up. This is essentially the warm up game. Backdoor, nice. So you guys know how it goes. You can be mainly just concentrating, and you guys get to see some gameplay in LG. That's 4-0. Just make sure audio levels is good as well. So I can stream on the new PC. So opening night, kind of crazy. Back again. Nice. Yeah, good play, guys. First point of the season. Oh. That's a good try. Nice, good play. It's good vibes by the teammates right now. It's a new line. The normal line that I'm playing, that I would be playing with, we were supposed to be playing tomorrow, but one of the guys couldn't make it, so they switched me out with the guy playing on this line. So I'm probably not going to play with these guys next week, unless maybe they like the vibe or whatever, and they'll just stick with it. But what was the plan was I was supposed to be playing with the center and right wing of that I finished with last season. So if you guys remember the lineup that we had, yeah, it was a nasty goal. Alright. It's a fitting way for them to end the game. Yeah. Yeah, Chad, if you guys have seen the Hawks game, Showtime Kane returns to Chicago. Yeah, Chris Chelis' jersey retired. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Chelis' number retired. Showtime Kane returns, and Kane gets the game winner in overtime. He starts going to the crowd and bringing his arms up. Showtime! 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 It was freaking hilarious. I'm like, yeah, that's how you beat him. Because like at this point, I would rather the Hawks just lose out. You know what I mean? But of course, they get at least a point. It's like whatever. But at least they didn't get the win. Probably try carrying it in a few times. God, we don't like that. So you guys can't hear my teammates. For one, you can hear this guy's sticks. I hate to friggin' when you can hear somebody's stick, like he's like you can hear the joysticks smacking them hard. You know what I mean? Real close up to the mic. That's how I hear it now. Just annoying as hell. tripping pawn. Yep. Good shot. Short-handed goal. Like the Philadelphia Flyers. Just tripped him. It's crazy. It's kind of nice being back, you know. Back in LG. Just kind of a little fresh look, you know. Same team, but it's a new line. Been fortunate to get with some pretty decent, like, you know, just good guys to be around with, you know, type of stuff, like good vibes. I mean, there's some teams where it's just like you can't stand it. And honestly, you know, since it's the new season, everybody's kind of more on their good side because it's like, hey, you know, brand new, everybody's starting fresh. Once you get later on in the season, week 5, and then beyond, when like you sort of know that your team's not in it, frustration starts to come out more, and guys stop playing, guys stop showing up, and it's just like that's where it becomes, you know, if you're not on a good team type stuff, you're on like the worst end of it. So like the team I was on when I started last season was like that was a good one, but then a couple trades and a good play. Chat, one thing I've stopped doing is a shove, or as the I've stopped doing charged hits. I've done mainly just shove. I would literally just go flick up on the right stick. Apparently that's enough to do the work. It risks penalties, and as long as you're not like continuously trying to go for it, like you do one right after the other and then you hit the guy, that's technically a cross check in this game. When you like abuse the shove. Because you can do it relatively quickly. Dang. Okay. That's one way of getting a assist, I think. Probably just sneaking one in, really. Here, I'm joining Rush. that's the first game. Still got 2 more. Go win. Alright, so that was a good start. 3 assists. Not bad, right? For a defenseman. 3 assists on 4 goals. So yeah, I haven't one change I made right from last season, or that I made here, is I took off shutdown. Personally, shutdown seemed like it was good in the past, and not saying it's not a good trait. I just think hitting is in a state where you don't need it, so I replaced it with tape to tape. And a lot of times now I'm just going for just shoves, and 82 body check-ins doing enough. You know what I mean? So I'm not like hard trying to force hits or anything like that. It's just like when I'm there, and a shove, you know, like seems like that's the better way of body checking now, just because you reduce your chances of getting a penalty and things like that. So it's not so much of a winding sit. I think like when they're on the boards and you're able to line them up like at the blue line, maybe, or maybe in the corner, you can go for like a charged hit. It's got to be like, just got to be aware of like how you do it, how you angle, how much speed is like going into the hit, so you're not, you know, you don't increase that chance of getting a penalty. That's the main thing. But I feel like shoving is the way. Like, I don't think you need to be too concerned about trying to always push a play with holding your right stick down. Just got to be patient with the play come to you. Your poke check. Just small little tweaks here and there. Like, that's what you got to do. EA's been more consistent with the updates, right? Tuner updates. So, interestingly enough, let's see how this game is by the end of the season, and see what other changes we can make. I think it's Boston. I think this is a better team. I got 1T on my side. You guys can see the builds. Make it snappy, close quarters, 1T. Alright, those are the 3 main shooting traits. Playing on each server. So I'm gonna have to hold more on the right, on the winger. See how they set it up though first.
Only one shot.
You got him. Oh. I tried to show it in front. It's one of those perfect bounces back to him. If you guys notice, I'm hard at anchoring the 1-2. I'm like really just eyeing him down. My last goal, technically, I mean, you want to have whoever is playing center at that point. In the middle, you've got your defenseman on the, you know, both on the deep corners, right, for the 1-T looks. You got somebody up top kind of just shadowing whoever's trying to shoot, right, or passing the point. At least that's what the comm that they're given is. They'll have somebody that will winger play up top, and then they have another guy in the middle. So this is the look that we're trying to, you know, we got the 1-2 looks here, opposing sides, and we got somebody in front. I mean, that's just, yeah, it goes off of the guy, bounces right to him. We try to collide in on the guy to try to stop him from getting a shot. Could have maybe threw a poke in there. I don't know. This is kind of tough. Bounces right to him. Hey, Blue, on those draws, you want me to cut to the right if you go in for that? Or you want me to just stay put? Yo, what's up, Chris? Top of knock. I just screamed it. Yo, Chris, when you playing LG? What is my stick doing? Ah. No way. Sign up late. TC routine for the ECHL. Not sure when I'm playing, to be honest. Oh, really? Well, how are you a TC? So like you don't have a bid on you? Yeah, those are tough penalties, man. Freaking poacher at the blue line. Like, how else am I supposed to stop that? I guess it was too close, so. Couldn't get bid on, so it's on a blade, so I got signed to a team. What's crazy though, because like it's for the ECHL. So like, I mean CHL. I mean, are you like a TC for them possibly too, or like I don't even understand how that works. I thought it was like whichever league you're like considered to be in the lineup for. You know, like whichever league you're considered to be in the, you know, and then you'll be a TC for whoever up, you know, whoever's like higher. It's crazy that like if you sign up late, you can't be bidded on or something. You know what I mean? Because like you're not just a TC for one team, right? Like it's got to be for different leagues in case they like need you. At least that's how I always thought it. Alright, I've got a not poke check there. That could have been another tripping penalty. If I put my body up in front of him, I just let that do the work. What's up, Swaggy? I have a buddy like that every time fights out here, just analogs. Well, I can hear this guy just skating left and right. I can hear his analog sticks. Like, imagine hearing that for 3 games straight, you know what I mean? Miss Swag, are you ever gonna join LG? Scored. Oh, that's what freaking Alex Zabrinka got when he friggin' scored to tie it up. That's the kind of goal he had. Throws it back on that. I mean, stuff like that happens. Never thought about it. Depends on nights. So it'd be Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And it's like 9 o'clock Eastern time is the start time. Well, I guess depending on the league, right? I think CHL. Somebody else starts at like 30 minutes before the NHL starts. Like we start at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I know Sundays wouldn't work for you, but you don't have to play. Like if you can't make a certain day, that's fine, right? As long as you can make it maybe at least 2 days. Oh, Tuesday you bowl, right? That's right, I forgot. To be Monday, which probably wouldn't be the best for you. No, Cool wants to play League. Yeah, who knows, right? I mean, gotta wait for some things to pan out with some other guys, you know. I think later on over the summer we could probably get something going as far as like a bring your own team type stuff. Let's see who's ready for that, you know, and what kind of team we want to put together, where we want to play type stuff. So we have visions of esports one day, you know, so why is my stamina go down so low? What the fuck? Like, I had no stam. Just skating a little bit here and there. You saw me gliding a little bit and all of a sudden losing it. Yeah, my stam was gone. Like, the full pressure is activated and it's not. Cross check. Oh my god, dude. Should be calling time. Trying to be around a league together. You see how he's like losing stamina? He's not even skating. I've never seen a glitch like this happen. Yeah, it's the first time. That's weird. Can't win a game if the full pressure's against you the whole game, right? That's a weird glitch. Taking penalties because their stamina's too low. Like, I got beat there because I was on red. That guy's at full stam. Can't do anything about that. He makes one cut. He's just at full speed. That's weird. New day, new glitch. It's a first though. Never seen that. Crazy that it happens now. You think you would have seen it before? It was 3-1. I guess we're playing rest of the third period. Or first period technically counts as third, right? At the end of the first period is the end of the game. I guess at the 15-minute mark of the first period. So we take a penalty. Game's 3-1 right now. That's actually kind of weird. Like, that kind of... you hate to see stuff like that happen. Which means it's gonna happen more. It might even happen next game. Or right now. That's... It sucks that it counts. There, another center. What's going on? I think I never should be penalty, huh? Oh, what's up, Chosen? I totally missed you. How you been? Back for LG, I see. So Swaggy, if you're still here, if we were to do like esports, right? This is hypothetical, right? The days would be Wednesday and Thursday, so it would just be 2 days. I know Wednesday's a good day, right? But Thursday is kind of that iffy day, at least for me. That's what kept me out from joining this other team. Also because we had we had plans that got screwed up too, but if we were to do, you know, something like that. But it'd be nice to get like a different, like a different league where you can kind of bring your own team in. It's not so competitive. Just like whatever. There's other leagues out there. But like if we're gonna be in a league, right, you would want to know for sure that we can make whichever day we're playing. Especially those types of leagues, right? Like when it comes to LG, you can, there's all kinds of like replacements, and you know, you only have to play one day and you got the rest of your line or whole roster, right? But when you bring your own team, it's typically like, you know, you want maybe 1 or 2 subs at the most, and then you play, you know, play with your starting lineup. And we would need to develop a lot of chemistry in one spot and get a good solid line going, you know what I mean? So like we wouldn't do it for NHL 24. It would be more of like a NHL 25 type grind, right? But we would be grinding probably over the summer and try to see what we can do. I mean, essentially, we are grinding now for it. I see us being the 2 defensemen if we were to do something with like Hackpack, right? But if we were to do something else with a different team, I know Cole and I have been bouncing around a little bit too. But you know, things have been kind of going sideways with some people's schedules. Not everybody's so open and so available, right? So we have to just go with what we got now. But I could definitely see Hackpack doing something, you know what I mean? Like Sable, if he's able to commit to us. I know he's got his own guys that he plays with too. You know, we got Ty, we got Zane, you know, we got a good decent group of guys, right? It's just a matter of just dialing in on a certain line that we want to call starting lineup. Kind of going from there. Maybe it'd be cool to see guys like Chris and even a guy like J Money, but you know, their schedules are not always so open. But it'd be something that we would have to. Oh my god, what's going on here, dude? Oh, there we go. I'm like about to say we lag out again. I mean, we got the core. We just need the commitment to the grind, right? Because I feel like at any moment somebody can just be like, I can't play anymore. And I don't know. It's really tough, man. I mean, if you look at that NHL 22 with the Tyrants, it's like that was kind of a big thing we had going, and then all of a sudden it stops, right? And it's like we don't want to just play for the now. We want to play for the future, like for the then, right? And actually get a solid team going that we know for a fact is sustainable. And if we can't do it, then it's like we're not really grinding. You know what I mean? I mean, we can go with going with the top 100, top 50 team, whatever we want to try to accomplish this season, or this year. But if we want to do a league, we got to really all commit to it. You know what I mean? And that's when the intensity would start to go up a little bit. It's like, it's, you know, we are doing it for fun and games now and things like that. We're trying to get better in our own way as a team. But, oh, that's right. We got to wait till 15 minutes. So I guess they add on. It was like 10 minutes in the third, I think. So they add on because of the last minute in, well, actually it's the last 30 seconds now. And the third period is real time. They have to compensate for that. Or accommodate for that. And then we got a penalty. Wait, don't we take 2 penalties? Wouldn't it be 2 penalties? Alright. So it's 3-1 third period. I like when you want to try to get a cross-checking penalty, you can't get one. Funny how that works. I got creamed. I didn't get injured, did I? Oh. They're taking time out to negate the full pressure that was about to happen if we had won that face-off. Timeout, I'm not even sure a timeout would have fixed our situation last game. It would have been a full stamina bar for how long? 5 strides? Unless it reset it. Let's go. Alright. That's a way to get a first goal. Still down by 2 though. Not much time either. God. Yeah, I stepped up. So we need 2 goals. Marry me 1. Like what? Marry me I. Guy just got a dot on his freaking jersey. Nice, game over. Whatever. There's no point looking at those 2 goals. Oh, the 1 goal is on the puck carrier. Passes it for the wide open 1-2. Didn't have tight coverage there. That was the only problem. And I could do my best to straddle that, but there's no point in doing that if blue is there, right? It's just a matter of it being a missed coverage. Yeah, it still feel weird, weird way of like pretty much losing the momentum of that game. I mean, that's the first I've seen that glitch. And now it's like in the back of your head, like, well, this could happen again. And what do you do? I mean, at least for LG, you have the safety net of like quitting, coming back in, taking a minor, I guess, right? So that resets the game. Can't do it in a pub match though, right? You're playing against like Elite 1s or Elite 2, whatever. And then you get this, you know, you get that glitch where it's like full pressure against you. Constantly. And that's like, you can't play again. You can't play around that. That's actually weird. And of course, EA is gonna like spend their time trying to fix that. Like, how does that stuff happen? You know, you question. It's like, this game is just... That's the stuff that brings people away, pushes people away from this game. There's like little things like that, man. You want to try to promote this game, to get better, things like that, but you gotta fix what's there. You can't be constantly trying to change it in hopes of it being, you know, trying to play both sides, right? Or try to accommodate for all. You have to just sometimes take the bullet and say, I'm gonna fix what's there here now to make it a stable, enjoyable experience. And then I'll add things little by little when we have it, you know? If this game was functional and it was feedback based, like what the people are saying is how this game was, like what they were gonna do for it, and they really dialed in on that instead of going their own direction, you'd see a majority of the fan base staying, right? And that's who you're accommodating for. We don't care about the newcomers coming to the game. No offense to them, right? But like, we've been in the game for a long time. some guys way longer than me, right? So their opinion matters. Should matter more than just what the common folk says about the game. Make it more realistic. Like, no, make it more competitive. I want this game to be, you know, so skill-based and fun to grind because it's challenging in a good way. Not abused or glitchy that's affecting our gameplay. You know what I mean? Because I don't think we lost that game to being outskilled. I mean, in some way we took a lot of penalties, but we had no stamina. You know what I mean? Like, eventually it just got hit a point where they capitalized because they were at full bar. And we're at 0. And then it's a couple penalties later because of that. And you're pretty much out of the game. It's like, whatever. Guess we play on. So that was our last game here of the night, though. Are we playing trap? That's not where we're going. Nice, good play. What's up, Sox? Can you talk while you play? Thanks for more interesting. Well, I'm more concentrated. Like, what, you want me to commentate what I'm doing? Also, I'm trying to give comms sometimes to these guys whenever they need it. I've got no freaking outside protection. You could just have boards all day because we're not playing trap. Side. You know that's not where he was trying to go for that one. I mean, I could talk a little bit. First of all, we should have a trap, right? I'm muted right now. These guys can't hear me. We should be trapping. Blue is not covering outside. Watch where blue goes. This happened last season too, with almost every single team I play with. How is it that the left side is so perfect and every time I have to do magic on the right? Watch both sides when they have the puck. I'm gonna fake it. He's gonna try to go up high. Look, wingers on boards, centers on center. Teal has anything on the inside. Blue is in no man's land. Is what I'm saying. He's going back and forth, and the right side just completely like that. That's not. That's not me. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate this. Like, they can have right side all day. Yeah, I could drop the build after the game. I'll show it after this game. Oh my God, of course. Jesus. Kind of tough to know where I should be, you know what I mean? Should have stayed in the middle, but it's like I think we blues on right on the winger, so that was covered for a brief time. I pushed away because I thought that pass maybe could have came to him. See, I'm like staying. I have to like stay further right instead of inside. Because I don't have the outside containment. Alright. These guys are calling me about my old gamer tag. I changed that shit. Hack Attack 34, same as the ET channel. These guys still call me computer. Sorry. Stay words. Oh, my bad. I guess I got called earlier. My bad. I was trying to hit green. Yeah, release the changes. Oh, please cognac. Oh yeah, I used to be the Hacker 34, right? That was the channel name. Or no, it was the Hack 34, right? That's true. Yeah. No, I changed it to Hack Attack a long time ago. My gamer tag though, I recently changed. I hate those. Always had no stamina. That's good timeout. But I think since I'm with the same team, right? Before I was computer virus, right? So I think the guys just used to calling me that. I'm playing on the owner's line right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, the game tag was just a recent change. I think it was like right after the Lghl season too, as when I did it. So I'll be like, see that there, chat was basically what the trap was supposed to look like in some way. So blue on the right side. I was basically straddling both the center and right wing. I take anything that cuts on the inside of me. They handle middle and all that. Or they handle their center handles middle, winger handles boards, I handle the inside. I'm slightly behind them, so in case that cut from if the winger was going to go from the outside, right, the winger would have that, blue would have that, and then if you were to cut to the inside, that would be me then taking him. Score. But the problem is, right, when blue's like cycling from the middle to whatever, he cuts to the middle sometimes, and then the winger has the outside lane to take into the zone. That cannot happen if we're playing trap. But he's not even like forechecking either. So it's like he's kind of playing whatever. What's up, Philia? What does LGHF stand for? It's League Gaming. Basically League Gaming Hockey League, essentially. In this case, I'm playing in the NHL. There's each league has its own like abbreviation, I guess. NHL, then you have LGAHL, which is the AHL, and you got ECHL, CHL, right? And it's essentially just LG, just. Alright, I could definitely tell ping's a fucking issue. Got hit on stride there. It was like Justin Fields making that pass. This team's forcing like crazy. A rank? What rank am I? Like, I just turned plat, I think. I mean, rank doesn't affect LG status in it at all. It's just rank in general. I played a pretty decent amount of Sixes games this season. I think, yeah, we're Platinum 3. I'm ping at 34. That East game. Just seems like the winger on my side has better ping with what he's doing. Kudos helped a teammate and I for building the ASHL, even if you don't use them, but we made builds based on your builds. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. A lot of these builds though here, like that I got. Got tripped. But yeah, a lot of the builds are based on just what's been the meta for this year and all that. So I kind of look at other guys too, and so like a lot of the builds here, like that LG builds, is all just based on what you see here in LG. Everybody's elite edges and all that 1T. So a lot of stuff's based on that speed and all that. 94 speed, 95 speed. Why was that pass so soft? Yeah, thanks. That pushed them off. What? Nice, dude. Nice. We were new to online, but we were playing franchise and beer pro each of us alone. Now we're already Division 1. Probably played 3 in less than a month. Nice, man. That's a good work. Damn. GG's. Alright. That was kind of crazy. It was the first full pressure we've seen was from that play, I think. Didn't they have it? I thought they had full pressure those last couple seconds. Surprised it's not shown on the boards, but threw it back to the middle. I mean, this is just like crazy bounces. I mean, that's a huge save, huh? That's good stuff. No, so my build's a PMD, Park Mode Defenseman. Here, I'll show it here. So that's week 1. I mean, kind of like a last, well, I guess, I mean, they told me last night that I was going to be playing today. I was going to be playing Monday with 2 guys I was more familiar with, but even still, it's like, it's the same type of look. It's going to be just whatever. But yeah, this is a bit I'm rocking right now. So PMD. The switch I made. If you guys have seen the video, I actually had shutdown here, but I've switched it to now tape to tape. So I feel like right now in the state of hitting, right? Hitting is not so difficult, at least for me. If you need shutdown, you can, but you know, tape to tape seems like a pretty good alternative right now, considering the state of the game. I don't feel like I need to have shutdown, so that's why I switched it out. But I also switched out the +2 Excel, right? The steady strides for positional IQ for more of that. So I think before I was rocking like something like this, or I think it was more body checking, but puts more points into stick checking, defense awareness. Body checking I took a little bit less off, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Manual saucy, right? Only challenge, no tape to tape. You could definitely try that. I mean, that'd be kind of nasty. Because it's weird, right? There'd be some times I feel like it seems like it only applies to tape, where I'll be trying to make a pass, and I'll hold the button down and I'll do like a move, right? And I'll make the pass when I do the move or the cut, and the pass is like a 2-mile-an-hour pass. It's like a weird, weak animation that's taking place that slows down the pass. I don't know if it is tape to tape, because I didn't think I had that issue without it. Or maybe it's something I'm doing. Like, I need to figure it out, because you've seen a few times I make a pass and it's like really weak, and it's like a backhand pass that's off. You guys think, if you notice, every time I try to make a backhand pass from like a turn, it's always super weak. Or I'll try to make a behind the back pass, you know, and it's like, it's just weird. It's weird. It's not fluid at all. So it's not how it used to be, at least for me. So that might have to go, and I might have to go back with shutdown or something. I don't really see anything else being needed right now, considering I can't use truck or anything like that. No contest is also out of the picture. At least, or maybe not. No contest I could use, but probably go back to shutdown if that's the case. Could use silver 1T. That is a choice, but and considering that guy, you know, Teal was making a couple DDD 1T passes for me, so that is an option. It depends on the line I'm with. You know what I mean? Like, if I go back to all my looks last season, I don't think I had one D2D like pass, or like a pass that I could have had like a 1T. You know what I mean? So it's like, if it's never a look, then there's no need for it. And shutdown would be something I use, you know, every time I'm in the defensive zone trying to hit a poke check, right? So it's just like, you want traits that are active all the time. If you have something that's just like barely active, it happens once, it's like, that's why I'm so like, I don't really like the defensive like shooting trait to be on a build. I mean, see, but like the shots that I'm trying to take, they're not, I don't need it to be powerful at all. Like, your intent when you're playing defense is never really to score. Like, we're at that point where if you have one stick on it, you know, a tip, a deflection, or even just a rebound, right? Like, that's what these shots are for. We're not trying to PK Subban it from the point, you know, or Shea Weber it and blast the top cheese, right? We would need a way more powerful shot to do in order to do that. And I feel like if you are going to rock a shooting trait, that would be enough to apply for what you want. I mean, but like, that's the thing. Like, I'll have to take a look and see next season, or next week, whichever, if I'm playing with the same line or not. If I am, and I'm playing with the same defensive partner, then I could probably rock. I probably will change it for silver 1T. But if not, you know, like, I'll just probably change it for shutdown if I can figure out why the passes are not very good, but or why they're coming off weak like that. But yeah, I mean, so we went 2-1. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys seen that second game that we had. We had a glitch where it was like the full pressure was active without it being active, and it didn't shut off. It didn't show full pressure, but you could tell we were on the PK and I was barely skating and my stamina bar was going down super quick, and then the PK was done and it was still at no bar. We couldn't regenerate any stamina or anything, and they were at full bar. They had a couple rushes where they beat us because of it, and then we take another penalty, and then we finally quit. But at that point we were down by 2 instead of 1, right? And then it's like that just put everything kind of in a crap show, right? Because so you have a good offensive defenseman build. It's even that, like, I don't like using the offensive defenseman because it's just like weak defensively, right? Like, it's not bad, but it's not like your guaranteed lockdown build. Like, you can have, you know, one tier, and actually this is more tuned for offense, right? But you could always change this for stick them up. Now, hey, it's a defensive build, right? Like, but like, I'm definitely not going to go with this in LG if I'm definitely not getting 1T looks. If it happens once a game, right, or twice where it's a 1T, then gold 1T is useless. There's no reason to have it, and that's just you're wasting an ability. Especially if like if it impacts your ability to defend, because when you're playing defense, it should be defense first, then offense. If you have a build that everything's covered on the defensive side and anything you apply on the offensive side is just a bonus to your gameplay, then it's appropriate. In this case, if we are having troubles defending, which I could test it out and see if that is the case, but when you're playing against high-level players, right, you don't want to build that lessens your ability to defend because you want to have something that's applied for offense. Now, the exception is for Swaggy because he has 1T and Heat Seeker at the point, and he's got the swag play where he scores it off the draw. Now, that's perfectly fine because he can still defend with it. But I'm just saying, when it comes to, like, that's our main look. It is a main look for him, or at least a look that we typically go for. But if that look's not there consistently with the guys you're playing with, this is a useless build. Defensive defenseman too slow. You can't even use truck. Two-way defenseman is something that I was trying to, you know, judge, right? Determine if I wanted to go with that, right? With gold shutdown, and then maybe I could even apply tape to tape here. But just, you know, stick them up is probably a better trait than shutdown overall, especially if body checking isn't the issue. So again, then you could go with this build and change this for tape to tape. But even that's like 90 agility with silver elite edges compared to somebody at 90 something agility with gold elite edges. You know, may not be the worst. And this could be a build that you rock. This would be my probably secondary build that I go with. Have a decent build for shooting. Now that depends on if you're playing defense or offense. I don't have a build that's strictly for shooting at the point. I don't think you don't need points into that. Because again, unless that's a main look for you, there's no reason to have high shooting for a defensive build. Now, if you're going to play sniper and you're playing offense like winger, right? You could switch this around, right? Like, let's say I wanted gold 1T. And I wanted to change this for whatever, right? Let's say that's the look. You can lessen this and you can apply more here. Now you've got a build that's a cannon, right? Then you do the same thing here. So you can lessen acceleration. And now you've got a cannon of a shot on top of gold 1-2. So this is a winger build. And this is actually something that somebody had said. And actually, one of my buddies had actually ran a build like this last year. And it was, you know, he had a cannon of a blast, right? Now you do take a hit with acceleration, but if you don't believe in acceleration, that'll freaking matter. So you have more points there. And then some people say 85 or 86 agility with silver elite edges is fine enough for them. And this is perfectly fine, right? So you can have a cannon of a shot like this. This is definitely something you can use. So it depends on the center. I can rock that with you at center. When you're not center, I rock 284, so 1-2. Oh yeah, because you have that support, right? So like if you have a really good center, that it lessens the like what the defense has to do. You have a center that doesn't know how to play center, then the defense has to do more, and you would want more of a lockdown build for them. So yeah, there is that. It's basically the way your build works is you have to know your teammates, know your looks, know your chemistry, or figure it out, right? Figure out the chemistry, and then you can determine your build based on the setup and the game plan you guys have set. Those traits don't even pop off on that play. Well, no, it does, right? Those traits that you had, the swaggy, like from the point, yeah, it does. that you know how to win it to my... Oh, right. Yeah, for that as well. That's true, but like, it's not just for that look, right? Like, we pass it to you at the point a few times, and they would go in, right? I feel like the days that we struggle is when we're not utilizing the traits. Like, we need to do a better job, and this is just, you know, strictly for Hackpack at this point. Because, like, again, like, if I'm gonna play LG, I'm rocking this because I don't know the looks that I have for my teammates and whatnot, based on the few looks I've had, right? Maybe we could insert a few more 1Ts at the point, and maybe a switch for 1T could be possible. But if you don't have teammates like that, then there's no point. Now for Hackpack, we need to figure out what type of game plan we're trying to rock, right? Because, you know, like, if Swag, you are gonna run gold 1T or Heat Seeker at the point, then it should be a game plan that we do look back to the point for that, to get those shots off. Because if we're not looking for those shots, and that's not our game plan, which means we should have somebody in front of that too as well, mainly looking for those tips, those, you know, deflections, whatever. And I don't think we need a grinder class for that either, right? I don't think we need big tipper in the, you know, in front to do it. I think the game is, you know, displayed enough random deflections, right, where everybody's apparently Joe Pavelski without gold big tipper on, where we don't need that trait. But it's just like, we need to, like, if we're struggling on a defensive side of the game, then we need to immediately switch to a defensive build. You know what I mean? And that goes with everybody. You know, wingers can kind of do their own thing. I would love to see, you know, our wingers rock 1T, at least a silver trait, if not a gold trait. And if they are going to rock sniper, I feel like the look that we should be looking for is this. Look for gold 1T and have whatever secondary trait they want. And we test it out, because I feel like, you know, if we're struggling to score, it's because we're not activating shooting traits, and other teams are. Like, what we struggle with a lot is facing against a double 1T look on both sides, or one, especially like the wingers are rocking gold 1T and we're struggling. You know what I mean? Because we're not man marking that or whatever, and then we're not able to score because we don't have those types of looks in place. Like, for us, to keep it simple, wingers should be staying wide when the puck's on their side, and we should be looking for 1Ts, you know? And then if it works back to the point and we have Heat Seeker on, then we can rock that. So, I mean, we could easily, you know, go into practice mode, look at what type of, you know, develop what type of looks that we want, and then go from there. Let's try this build probably a little taller, more like 6'1". Yeah, right. If you wanted 6'1", that's perfectly fine. Like, when I'm going with these builds here, like, you're talking about 1 point, right? So, I mean, it's really, I only go with it because it kind of felt cool. I guess it's like a preference. I didn't mind having the lower height, because for when I was testing that out. I mean, you're talking 1 point here, 2 points with the fastest player that you can go with, right? That's not a huge concern for me, but that might be a concern if you're facing all elite edges, you know what I mean? And I'm talking acceleration if that matters, agility if that matters, right? Again, still 1 point, but, you know, just look at the traits and kind of go based on that. That little bit of a difference could be the reason you blow a coverage or whatnot. Can't get the puck because somebody's faster than you. Slightly. You may not seem like it, but maybe it is. But, you know, however you want to adjust the build is completely up to you. I don't, you know, nothing super like strict, and like that's what we like about this new building system, is the fact that it's so open. You can make what, you know, whatever type of build that you want and adjust it however you feel. DD 1T works, as may talk about the 1T have to draw. Right, but like if that's still, you know, we've got to be able to have those set plays and set, and even DDD 1Ts as well. If we're not always doing it, then it's like we don't need to be, like, we don't need to have it, you know, like we don't need to have 1T on then at the point. Like the last time I've rocked a shooting trait was probably last year. At you know, I'm talking at the point. I don't typically go with it because defense is enough of a struggle as it is to where if we're not able to defend, then why are we, you know, why would we need to rock a shooting trait on for a defensive ability, especially as a zone ability, right? Like how fast some of these guys are, you need to be able to keep up with them. And that's been like the meta. 2A4 build, gold, stick, edges, and 1T. So yeah, like that's a look, right? Like that can definitely happen. It's just, I need to know that I've got that type of combo in place, right? Like I need to know that my teammates are going to do that. I'm not going to use this in LG unless I feel comfortable, you know, comfortable with it. And I'd have to adjust the build even more to get 1T actually, right? Because how would you even... So you'd have to go like this. Probably go something like that. And then 1T. Right, because yeah, it activates with hand eye and slap shot power. So... I mean, if it works, right? Like, it's just... I don't like rocking it with guys I don't have chemistry with. That's just me, you know what I mean? But I could still go with a tape to tape here and then, you know, have the build however what's set. If I was gonna do that. Bouncer could be interesting. See, I don't think that matters either, right? Because that's for net battles. And we're able to shove guys in front of that. Wait, where is Bouncer? It's a defense trait, right? So it's advanced at net battles, increases stability, stick tension, limb strength around the net. Opposing players also take longer to recover from net battles. But like neck battles is when you're pressing Y, right? Not the stick tie. Is that what they're talking about, or is it that the stick lifts go into that? Stick tension. I mean, that's an interesting thing. Limb strength around the net, so you don't get knocked off easy. You can. Stick tension would be for poke checks, right? Like when you're trying to poke in front of a crowd in front of that. Endurance going low to 84. Now that actually could be a play because the pressure system doesn't activate so often. Before it was like my recommendation was for that to be higher, and if I was going to go at the start of the game, right, I would have probably rocked something like this, only because pressure system was activating every single rush, right? But now since that's been tuned to where it's almost non-existent, you can probably get away with it being lower and more puck control, endurance, you know, or excel and slap shot power, whatever you wanted to put points elsewhere, right? I still have a high, I guess, just because of... Well, actually, I don't really need it to be high. Just so that in case I join rush, I guess, and then want to get back quick. Like, I mean, you put points there, it's like... Where are you going to put your points elsewhere? Back into your shot power? If you can't hit net, then what good is it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even see these two traits as being worth anything unless you're rocking a shooting trait. And even then, it's like, you have to up it to apply a shooting trait. So it's already applied based on that. But if I'm not rocking a shooting trait, then no matter how high I have this, it's not going to matter in the end. Yoink for stickless? Nah, but see, that's stick lifts. You're playing with fire, I feel like, because if you put on yoink, you have the incentive to go for more stick lifts, and the state of that is not. It's not unless it gives you more stick lifts and you don't get a penalty. But when you're playing against that that fine line of getting a penalty and getting a successful stick lift, you're probably gonna get more penalties than you are because you're gonna be going for it more. And since stick lifts are not really in a state of it being consistent unless you're in a certain spot, And even when you go for stick lift, you don't typically lose it, you know? Like, if you're in a good spot, you don't typically need yoink to have a successful stick lift, you know what I mean? And that's only for stick lifts, not even stick ties, I don't think. I think yoink, I mean, because it don't even matter. Like, when you're doing a stick tie, if you're in front of somebody, you're going to do it anyway. And it's going to be that second delay for them to get, you know, to break out of it, or half second. Putting your playstyle, having endurance on D could be good if you go up in a decent amount, but for people a bit more conservative, picky. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, again, I don't know my teammates enough. Every time I went up in the play, I didn't feel comfortable that I had the support, but I guess I did, right? When I did look at it, it's just like a few times where I feel like I don't have the chemistry, you know? It's just, it's weird, you know? Like, I feel like when Blue would stop up, I felt like he wanted me to go down and he didn't. Or he was waiting, or I would, and then whenever I would stop up, it's like, okay, now there's nobody down low, you know what I mean? So it's like I immediately can make that switch. There was a time where I was up in the play. As soon as I saw Blue go for it, I immediately switched back to the point. I immediately gave him a look at the point. But it was like, he'll sometimes enter the zone and stop. And then it's like, okay, well, do you want me to keep going? And then even on the draw, right? At the center ice draw, he would go in and then he would turn back and I would be like, I would be back. And it's like, all right, well, now there's nobody on the right side. Did you want me to go up? He didn't even really respond when I did ask that. So I'm like, he did, but he didn't like give an answer. Like, he's like, I don't know. Like, he didn't know. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just play back. Let's go. Thoughts on quick picks noticeable? I don't know, man. I mean, I would have to rock it, but when I did have it on, those few games, but that's back in like October, November when I was struggling with defense and, you know, at first, I didn't really notice it to be impactful, but it could be, right? And that's something that I was kind of judging, like, maybe I could rock this, right? So if tape to tape isn't the go, and I don't really need, I don't feel like I need shutdown, then I can go with this type of look. And this technically on paper is a great lockdown build because you're going to poke check. If body checking's fine with 82, then that's taken care of. And then you can pick off the puck easier without it being a risk of you not getting it because of what appears to be lower defensive awareness than maybe your typical defenseman. So I'm going 87 instead of some guys going at 90 or above. I feel like putting that there is too much, especially if you're just not really trying to pick off the puck. You're just trying to get in the player's way of him trying to receive it. So it's like you're kind of like, you know, maybe this is a good look. And this is probably the thoughts that I was going to go with. Then I'm like, well, quick pick really wasn't doing much before. See, I don't think for yoink, I don't think they apply like that. It says what? Advanced accuracy. Oh, players take longer to recover from stick lifts? I mean, maybe, but like even still, like you're still playing with fire. Like I barely use a stick lift, you know what I mean? Like quick pick would activate more than yoink for me. In reverse, I've considered it. I just, again, like this is another one of those traits where a lot of times I'm turning and skating, and that's not because of getting beat with speed. It's a risk of trying to poke check while back skating and then stopping. Whenever I try to pursue somebody, I'm always facing the other direction trying to pursue them. More times than not. If there's a trap, then you don't need to worry about it anyway because you have your center and winger doing whatever they need to do, and then you just take anything into the inside, right? But like, again, like these are just like small traits that I feel like they don't really apply to the style I'm trying to have, you know what I mean? Because again, like in reverse is almost useless if you always turn and skate. You know what I mean? And that's just been my muscle memory, is just turning and skating whenever they're at top speed. Because again, I'm not playing for the intercept. I'm not playing for the one poke, I'm playing to skate in front of him. You know, and that's like, it's weird. Like, it's a video game, doesn't really matter, right? But it's like, it just feels like it's not fundamental hockey that you would watch on in real life. You know what I mean? Because defense in this game is so nerfed to the state where you have to accommodate for that, you know, and you can't because then, like, if I was to do in reverse, I'd feel like I'd have to stay in the back pedal when that just isn't the case. And it might have its uses. It's just, again, I just don't. Increases the ability to pivot from forward skating to back. I mean, maybe. Advanced speed and acceleration when back skating. Always active when back skating. Indicate triggers when defending a player on offense. It probably has its place. I just don't feel like I want to get into the use of that, because then when I'm not using it, I'm gonna feel like I have it still, and then it's a bad habit. And it's like, backskating shouldn't be a bad habit. It's literally just the fact that you don't have the success rate of poke checks from backskating without them getting it still. I don't know. At this point, it's like, I just want a solid defensive build that has the ability to do something offensively, but it's like, it's really not in that kind of state, at least for me, unless I'm just not playing it right, but to the potential that I could be playing, maybe. What's up, Zest? Does it taste better than Quick Pick? Well, that was the debate, right? Because for me, when I was using tape to tape, which I was using it tonight, I wasn't having. It was weird. Like, a lot of my backhand passes, right? When I'm at full speed and I would, like, sometimes make a turn and then a pass. It was like, while I was turning, I was making the pass and I was holding the button down, but it was like coming off like a really slow pass. And I never had that issue before when I wasn't using tape to tape, because before I was using shutdown. And that was kind of the way I used to play. And then I don't feel like I need shutdown because of the update to hitting. So hitting is a lot easier. Now all I do is pretty much shove anyway. So tape to tape was like the replacement, but then it seems like it wasn't. A lot of my passes were not, or at least some of them, right? Not all of them. Well, right, it's better on forehand, but it's not like the backhand passes was the issue, because I would sometimes pass on a backhand angle and it was like super slow and I'm holding the button down forever. Or I would try to do a forehand pass and still be slow, and I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on here? I mean, there was only a couple times that happened, but that's like, those are the couple times that could be the game winner for another team if it goes the other way. I have that problem when I play in reverse, and then I lose that speed and pivot ability. Right, so yeah, because like you sort of rely on it, and then it's like I don't want to get into that muscle memory of thinking I have that when I don't, if I'm using something else. Yeah, 2-way forward's good. It's better than the puck mover in terms of on paper looks, but it's a matter of the speed factor. Like, without elite edges, for better, whatever. Make it so that'd be good from the point? Probably not. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're gonna use something at the point, probably Heat Seeker or 1T. But either way, wait, where is Heat Seeker? Heat Seeker's not a. Oh, it's not a secondary trait now, is it? Or is it? Am I just somehow missing it? It's not. That's crazy. I didn't actually realize that. Because it used to be right here, didn't it? I like how Thunderclap's still there. Might add in later seasons, probably. That's probably what they're gonna do. They added 1T. You know Heat Seeker's coming next. You got Seeing Eye. Seeing Eye then I guess is good, and then 1T. Or, I mean, I wouldn't recommend thunderclap. It takes too long. What's up, Tinny? Hey, Ek, I've noticed your center playmaker video from a few weeks ago, from last season. Do you recommend subbing shutdown for 1T now? Yeah, so that is the switch I made. Body checking now is back to, I guess, in a more better state, right? So the adjustment that I made from the video, which I did say, right? Did I say it? I'm not sure if I said in the video if 1T was added, that would be here. But this is the adjustment that I made now. And then I also changed out, I think I said in the video too, I changed out, you could have, instead of steady strides, booming hits. So now I'm rocking that, which I might not need it, but I'm going to use it anyway because it was pretty solid when I was using it. So I'm using booming hits, and I switched out shutdown for 1-2. So truculence is banned. In reverse is not. You can use that. I just don't use it when I'm playing defense. But to go to a power forward, truculence is banned. Unstoppable force is banned. So that's the two traits that make up the power forward, even seen as a usable build. So nobody uses it because the OP traits that are there cannot be used. Big tipper is banned, so grinder is out of the picture. And I think in revert, or no contest is banned at the esports level. So I could technically use no contest, I think. But I'm not going to. I actually don't want to. I still want to keep trying out tape to take because I feel like that might be just my gameplay screwing it up. But I don't know. I had an issue with it before. But yeah, that's pretty much the only change. I'm not gonna make a build video for season 3. You know, like the reason I did a season 2 was because of the major change to these other builds. These more medium-sized builds, right? To make them smaller. Now I can get 94 speed, so that was the major change, right? I might as well have done it, you know, like those are builds that I'm going to use. But season 3, it's like there's no change besides adding 1T and some other trait, right? So like that is the change, right? I think what I said in the sniper, or no, was it PMD winger build, right? I don't have that currently set. But I think what I did say was that, because I had like, if I was going to use PMD at wing, right? I had like close quarters, and then I had like, did I have tape to tape? I think I did. And I'm like, well, if a future season comes out and 1T is available, that would take up the spot here. So if I was going to play wing with PMD, I would use close quarters and 1-2. That's essentially what it is. Try third eye. I mean, third eye, it's one of those traits where it's like, it has its uses. It's just not really a used trait. I don't see it. It's like, yeah, let me auto sauce it when I'm not looking at the player, but I should be always looking at the player. The only time I wouldn't is if I'm getting the puck from the boards and I try to quickly send it to somebody, which doesn't need to be a sauce. You know what I mean? And I'm not the guy going into the puck, back passing it to somebody. I'm not gonna like take the puck from my goal line and swing a back pass that's somehow lofted over everybody's stick for a breakaway. That's not gonna happen. So tape is inconsistent. Well, that's what I want to test. So for me, that's just the weirdness for me, right? Now other people may have it be a more smooth experience. So I need to figure out if it's me or not, because this is like the second or third day of me using tape to tape. So I just want to make sure it's my gameplay, it's not the game, you know what I mean? And if it is actually somehow the game, then I'll probably change it for tryout. I'll either go back to shutdown, or I'll use quick pick and test that out and see if that makes a difference. Went through the top lineups and majority run playmaker, PMD, and defensive defenseman. What, for LG? Defensive defenseman is never used in LG, I don't think. It can't be. Because what the hell would you use it? It's too slow. I mean, it's not... Oh, I guess it's 92 speed, so... Yeah. It's still slow, though. And you can't use it. You would have to change out for either gold quick pick or stick them up, shut down, something like that. Oh, top leaderboard. Well, that's a different story because I think those guys are using... They're either... What? Is it for 6s or is it for 3s too? Is it like combined? Should make a 3s lineup video. I mean, I could do that, but if I was going to do 3s... I mean, I can tell you right now, if I was going to play 3s and I had a really consistent lineup plan, the way I would do it, I would be abusing the hell out of the mechanics of the game. So I would use... My main forechecker would be running this build. So I would have... Truculence, blast the player trying to break out the puck. So I would just send this guy to forecheck. If you guys see my 3s video or my 3s tip video, you guys know I have a main forechecker who's pressuring the puck carrier, and then I have 2 other guys, right? You have your versatile player, the guy who plays back and forth, and you have your main lockdown defenseman breaking out the puck, doing whatever, last one back, whatever. The forechecker, I would have him run this build. So he has truculence. He can't miss the hit. All right. If he knows how to angle it, he knows how to do whatever. He's gonna go right for the hit and he's gonna blast them. And I could probably even up body check and lower this even more. Who cares? It doesn't even need it. So up body check and apply truculence. That still works in 3s. You won't get penalized. You won't get anything. You blast them to where he can't leave the zone. Every single breakout pass has to be set from deep into his zone. That is if it's in a perfect world. Even still, you have somebody on the back check. You just send him. This is the guy that just hard forces the hits every time. And if he can lay them out, injure them, that's a bonus. That's abusing. Then the other 2 guys would be running this with 1T and whatever. Or you can have a sniper doing that. With, you know, sniper being whatever he wants. If he wants to go 1T or not. So you have a main scorer, which... is technically the versatile player, probably not the best, but still, you could probably still rock it, and then you'd have this. So elite edges, which in reality then I would probably go with just this build here. So versatile player runs this. Elite edges, he's the one that just covers one guy. Then you have your main player, your main lockdown defenseman, rocking something like this, tape to tape, or whatever. He could rock 1T as well. And now you have that. You have truculence with 2 gold elite edges. That is perfect. Probably the best scenario in against every single team. You could play that way against every single team. You don't need to switch or do whatever. There's no... even if you play against triple truck, it does not matter. It does not matter because, I mean, what's the point of matching truck with truck if you just need one of them to blast them? And if you have 2 guys know how to play inside leverage defense, there's nothing the big guys can do to get around you. They're actually taking themselves out of play. The only risk for you would be if you're a smart player taking against 3 triple truck. You know, the only issue would be getting hit and having it be an odd man rush the other way. But that's going to happen if you're a bigger player or not anyway. You know what I mean? So you might as well play small and put on something. And plus with hip checks now being more OP, it's like you're not really... You're not really playing at a disadvantage if you were to play against triple truck. But that mindset still, you know, like I said, that the style I have would still work if you had 3 small guys. Because, yeah, you send one guy that can blast them. He's going to probably injure them. And that guy's going to have low stamina the whole game or whatever. And if you have always one guy knocked down out of the play every single rush that they have, there's nothing that they can do. Like... If you have 2 guys that know how to play good, solid inside leverage defense, and you have one guy blasting at least one of their breakout players every single time, then they're always playing at a disadvantage, and they really can't set anything up. So yeah, probably playmaker center, or you could have power forward center. It doesn't matter. But whoever is better at taking draws, and then, you know, which means... You know, so like for this, I have this at 90 face-off. It still works, right? You could probably have the center play truculence. Or Oh, it just depends on how you want to do it, because you could have, you know, playmaker, center, and then if they were to win the draw, you just immediately send that guy right to blast them. You know what I mean? I've done that before. Where I would just, as soon as the other team wins the draw, I'm just hard darting to their defenseman. So yeah, you could probably run that playmaker, center, power forward, wing, PMD, and defense, or you know, the PMD or the lockdown defenseman could be whatever build he wants to use. He could use something like this too. But, you know, if he wants to have better defense, he doesn't have to strictly have that. It's just whatever he wants. What's up, Jaden? How's your night today? So we just finished LG. We played 3 games. Finished 2-1. Had an unfortunate second game. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Trying to figure out the line mates and all that. So I might be on the same line next week. I don't know for sure. But I might be on a different line. The line that I was supposed to play today, but I got moved because somebody couldn't make it. So I had to fill their spot. But yeah, who knows? So yeah, and then yeah, if I was gonna play sixes, obviously you guys know what basically you'd have one playmaker, center, the rest could be surrounding PMDs. Nah, I'm gonna call it here. So I was just going over some builds of what I could run for next time. But yeah, I'm gonna see about testing out, seeing what kind of adjustments I can make, and then we'll be ready to go for next week as well. So might be streaming later on this week, might not. I've got another video coming, probably gonna be next week, not gonna be this week, because I gotta prep it and all that kind of stuff. So you guys will see some content. I had a mastering defense video today, so if you guys don't mind, if you guys hadn't seen it, go there, drop a like on it, you know, comment, whatever. That's got some good information about sixes as well. So if you haven't seen it, right, and you want to see it, it's on the channel right now. So it would really help me out in the channel if you did go and like it and all that. So but yeah, is Silver Truck worth it after the changes for casual play? Well, yeah, I mean, the changes, what kind of changes are you talking about? Because Silver Truck still works. I don't think Truculence has ever been like, it may not be that effective as like last year where you're able to just hold your stick down and then just like get this insane hitting assistance applied. But it's not like if you understand the hitting mechanic, Truculence is just adding to that. I never had a problem hitting people at the start of the year. People say that like Truculence is nerfed. It's only nerfed if you don't understand the new hitting mechanic. If you understand it and you know how to angle your hits, Truculence is still as powerful as last year. Like that never changed. You may not be able to hit as easily as you did in previous years, but you understand how to angle the hits, nobody can ever get by you. Like I never had an issue hitting because I understood that. And even when I was still learning the mechanic, Truculence was still a powerful key trait to use. So Silver trait, yeah, it's still there. So if you're playing pubs, right, if you're not playing LG, you can use that. You can have a stick 'em up and Truculence build. And in fact, that's probably what you should be using. If you were like, let's say you were gonna use shutdown, you don't need it. I think Truculence is there. Or if you need tape to tape or something like that, then you can run it. Probably take Truculence off if you're not somebody who hits. If you are somebody who hits and wants to label and make sure the hits enough, then yeah, Truculence is there. Because yeah, it says advanced stability and assist on hits, increased chance of knocking over the opponent and sapping their energy. So that goes with not just charge hits, it goes with the shove as well. So if you have this on any build and you're playing against somebody who's pretty much the same height, or somebody who's big too, Truculence Silver Truck on a build like that, on this type of build, should be enough to label out these guys too. And you can shove them off the park too. So if you shouldn't even be threatened if you're facing somebody like this. This is why I also say if you're playing threes, you can run, even if you are facing against triple truck, you could still run 2 guys elite edges. Because you still have Silver Truck that has enough damage to it, which realistically that shouldn't be the case. But that's just meta gameplay if you want to play to the meta. That's literally how it is. Nobody really uses bigger builds anymore because they don't have the advantage of that truculence used to have. I don't think I've seen truculence in threes in a long time because I don't think anybody uses it. Like, they don't really believe in it anymore because of hip checks being introduced as something that's more game changing for body checks, and then just simple shoves and body checks. Like, you have to learn the hitting mechanic. But I mean, I don't understand why people are not using it. I think it's still good. I've seen a unstoppable force builds. I've seen big unstoppable force builds. I mean, that would be a good experiment. I've never really played against those guys, so like, for the odd chance that you are playing that, remember that they're going to be slow. I mean, they may or may not be able to get hit. But if you're still rocking one guy with power forward truck, or yeah, power forward truck, this guy should be able to do enough damage to however big they make their player. It don't matter if they're 260. It doesn't matter if they're 260. I just glitched the game. Okay, never mind. And again, like, if you're gonna run that style, lower this, right? Or wait, no. Wait, didn't that say 82? Oh, never mind. It is glitched. There we go. So yeah, I'm like, wait a sec, what? How does it gain so much points? So yeah, I would probably lower this, raise more here, right? So now you're at 86. That's I think enough, more than enough. I use the center playmaker build. My friend still uses truck as a D-man in threes. I don't agree with it being used on defense. Like, people use it, and that's been their main, like, lineup, is having, like, two guys. Like, you'll have a playmaker sniper and then a defensive defenseman truck in the back, or a power forward truck in the back. And that is a combo that you can't run, because then you have two guys that are able to quickly transition up into play. You have one guy that can label somebody out, but it's like, the work then would be, like, that could be a look. You could go with that if that's your style. For me, though, I don't like to play defense like that. So, like, that wouldn't work in my kind of lineup. You know what I mean? I would have the, like, the way I used to play with this other, you know, with two other guys that I used to play with. They'd have one guy would be the power forward truck, and then the other guy would be sniper or playmaker, whatever. And then I was the puck moment defense in the back. Like, that was the setup we had, and technically that was a great setup. But the other way still works too. I mean, it's not like it's not there. It's just not common anymore. Like, every time I go into a 3s or 4s match, I don't really see truck being used so much. Oh, well, if it's two guys, then yeah, the defenseman misses the hit, and you're done. I mean, yeah, like, that's the thing. But if you had a good setup, though, could still run it. So if you had somebody who knows how to transition quickly, like if you had both guys being able to transition very quickly, then the power forward or the defensive defenseman, the defenseman could go for the hit. Even if he doesn't hit him, you still have the back check of the two forwards in place. So you're not technically missing anything. It's just, that's the issue. If you are the last man back and you're relying on your body check, you miss the hit. Yeah, that's when it's done. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't go with truculence, because I don't like to rely on a last-ditch effort. I want to rely on my positioning and quickness of my build, which is this. Elite edges, 91 agility, whatever. I want this build because this is probably the most lockdown build that you're going to get. The more versatile, that can defend against any type of player. Yeah, but it's mainly tuned for those smaller builds, because that's what I've been facing over this whole year, is really just small builds. So why go with a bigger build just to knock them down? I can still knock them down, and I can play to their hip and everything like that, or play inside leverage and face to face with them. Having that back checker coming to the center is the key piece, which is definitely the issue. And yeah, that's what you would need. For two guys, though, I don't play twos very much. If I was to play twos, I mean, that's probably up to you. I don't know. I don't really know the meta for twos. I know there's a lot. When you look at the top threes teams on the leaderboard, everybody who's in the top 10 plays twos. You know for a fact they do. it's not that they don't play 3s and 4s. They just they play 2s. They understand 2s. So the meta for that, I don't really know. If I was to play it, the ideal look that I would want to have is 2 guys that can play versatile. So you can't really trust the AI. So I wouldn't even have Truck, I don't think. Or I would have it on a PMD build, and then I would be rocking a Playmaker build as well. So I would be on the more conservative side of the defense. But that's me. I don't know. Maybe there's a meta where truculence is the main thing, and then you have one guy that's real fast, sniper, Playmaker, whatever. And you have that type of dynamic, with the AI being whatever the hell he is. But I just don't. You want to have 2 guys that are quick to transition, that can play to each other, and then one guy that's, if you have that extra guy, have him run Truck. Those goals are scored. What's the fastest defenseman? So the fastest now, right, due to the change last season, right, season 2, you can make your defenseman build and or the weight less and the height less as well. Actually, no, yeah. So 6'2", yeah, but the difference between 6'2" and 6'4" is nothing. So you can lessen your weight from 210 to 195, giving you 2 extra points to your speed and acceleration. So before it was 90 speed was the cap. Now you can go 92. That's the max for those types of builds. Most goals are scored 2-on-1s off the positional mistakes made by other teams, which is a shame considering how fast the game moves and how open the ice is. And that's like the issue, because a lot of guys don't, like, if you're going to play 2s, you need to both understand how to play defense, not just one. You can't rely on AI at all. Or you have to have one really good lockdown defender that can just do whatever, and he just forces breakout passes to you, to the other guy. I mean, that 2s is like, you're playing with fire because you're playing against the tilt and the way, like, the momentum of your AI. Like, you could tell when your AI sucks and when he's good. You could tell the difference. And 2s is like really heavily reliant on that, I think, sometimes. Whereas in 3s and 4s, you have human players and the tilt can still happen. It's just you have more control over the game. So somehow you explained earlier, if a teammate can lay somebody out, it takes them out of the play long enough to get a 2-on-1. If he misses, it takes him out of position. That is true as well. So, like, that is the dynamic. If you're able to hit a human player in 2s, then it's, well, you still, though, that the player would have to, you know, after he hits, he'd have to immediately dart up, which can happen. I mean, so I would probably experiment with both, to be honest with you. I just don't play 2s. I can't stand it. I don't like AI. To be honest with you, I've already played enough AI and be a pro. I don't need to play it in online mode. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm checking something. Yeah, I can't believe if you guys seen the Hawks and Detroit game earlier. That's what I was watching before I came here to play, so I didn't even get a warm-up game in. But it was a tie game going to overtime, right? You have Patrick Kane in a Detroit sweater against Chicago. First time he came back to the United Center. He gets a breakaway, he scores. What a fitting ending that is, right? And he goes to the crowd and just starts, like, you know, taunting a little bit, selling in their face, like, showtime, showtime, like that. Those were his words. I'm like, what a fitting way to come back to Chicago and just to stick it right in their face. And I'm like, hell yeah, Kane. I was actually excited after he scored. I'm like, hell yeah, he's still a Blackhawk in my eye. But screw it, have him score. Showtime, showtime. Like, that's what he was, like, bringing it on, like, with his hands, like, yeah. Like, oh my god, Kane. That one player's smart enough to get back. It's a 2-on-2, but it's turns into 2-on-1s. Yeah, right. The AI, like, that's what I don't like about AI. They're just completely pathetic. 2s does suck. Highly do not recommend. I mean, if you're trying to, it's only for like leaderboard climbing. Is literally how I see it. Like that's all I see 2s. 2s is a matter of just leaderboard climbing. If you're trying to get in the top 10, you know, like you need to be playing 2s because you need to have that consistent reps constantly. You can't be waiting for 3 guys or 4 guys to get on. You know what I mean? Because there's always 1 or 2 guys that like can't play, and you got 2 guys that probably could. If you're at that stage, like if you're able to, you have the time, and they're going to be playing 2s. You know what I mean? So they're going to be finding ways to play it, and they're only doing that to try to just climb the leaderboard. That's really what this one, you know, like that's what these 2 other guys I was playing with before, right? One of them would be my buddies I've played with for about 2 years, right? The other guy was the guy recently added, and they would constantly be playing 2s, and they actually were number 1 for a while because they only played 2s, you know. And then they would on the occasion bring me in to play 3s, and then I was just like, wasn't really consistent. But like if we were only playing 3s and 4s, they would have never even been seen in the top 100. Like that's the harsh reality. But like that doesn't even matter to me. I don't even care about too much the leaderboard. If I wanted to get there, I probably could, but it would be like I would have to, like given my schedule, right, I would have to just constantly be playing that game. Like, constantly be playing NHL whenever I had free time with whoever I wanted to have the most chemistry with on the ice, you know what I mean? Somebody who I thought could get me to that top 100 or that top 10 spot. And it's like, at that point, it's not even worth playing. You know, I play to get better at the game. And you would see improvement because you're getting reps in, so you understand how to score and transition, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just not hard dedicated to that grind to where I like really need to. I need to be seen on the leaderboard to play. You know what I mean? To be like known or anything like that. I think I do enough to do it off. You know, like to just kind of casually play, but still be competitive too while I'm at it. To not devote all my time to that because, you know, I still want to do and relax and do all kinds of other things too. But that's just me, in my opinion. Like this, the same thing goes with the rank. I don't really care. Like I can sit here and just be, you know, gold or actually, oh wow, I'm plat 3 in both. Yeah, I could sit here and be plat. Like plat is my average. If I'm playing enough, I'll hit plat every season, probably. But like the hardcore grind to get to diamond or elite 1, it's just not something I care about too much. I don't think it's needed to be seen because like there's plenty of elite guys that actually suck when I actually do see it. You know, I've had a few times I'd play dropping with gold player, silver player, even a bronze player. One time I played like a few years ago, and it's with 21. Played dropping, had 1 bronze, 1 unranked. I don't even know how that happened. How do you even get bronze? You lose every game? But regardless, he was bronze 1 or 2 or something like that. We play against a triple elite team, right? And we made him quit after the second period. It's like, what? Like that team wasn't even that good. And you could tell they were a team too because they're all elites. You don't just get magically paired up with other elites just because you're elite. That's not how that works. If they're all elite, you're all similar rank, you're a team. You're like, come on now. And that's a team that only plays dropping. Like, kind of ridiculous. And we still beat them. And like drop-in elite is much different than club elite. You can definitely tell the difference. If you're a club elite, okay, well you got some skill because obviously you're winning. If you're a drop-in elite, that's like okay, you're always having the advantage over some guys that are playing random. Got to Division 1 as a club and we're chill with that. Being plat 1 doesn't bother us. Yeah, I mean it really shouldn't. Like I don't even look at half the time. I'm not even paying attention to the other team's rank when I load in. I'm like looking at my phone or whenever it's like, oh, this team's diamond, okay, cool. Or like I'll ask them, it's like, wait, what's this team's rank? Yeah, oh yeah, they're all elite 3. It's like, all right, cool. But it don't faze me because they still have to prove that they're at that caliber. And maybe most of the time they are, because, you know, if you're playing club like that, then yeah. If you're playing drop-in, that doesn't faze me at all. And definitely when I'm playing club or drop-in, I don't even give a damn if I win or lose. So it really doesn't matter. But, alright. I think that's going to be it from me. So, if you guys are here for LG, I'm at 2-1. And, yeah, we'll see where we go next. Well, I guess we'll see how the other guys do tomorrow and Tuesday. And then we'll be back. Might be back later on in the week. I don't know. But if I'm not, I'll be here for next week. For the next week of LG, so and we'll see how soon I get traded. I'm just waiting for that to happen. You know for a fact that's happening. I want to see you guys bet actually too. How many times do you think I'm gonna get traded this season for LG? I was traded twice last season. Bid on by Buffalo, traded to Washington. After 1 week, traded again, then to Ottawa. I finished there. The contract extended me, and I'm playing on that same team now, with the majority of the guys being different, but the owner, GM, and all that kind of stuff remain the same. So we'll see though, because if you contract extend somebody, you obviously want them on your team, right? We'll see how long that lasts. If they're just doing that for the eventual trade, I mean, who knows, right? But you know, I think we all played pretty well today, so I don't think that's an issue. If it happens, it's because they want somebody else. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys in chat as well. A lot of some of you guys are new. Appreciate you guys if you are. Hope to see you again, and yeah, have a good night. I'll catch you guys next time.